Hello, everybody. You know what? Tonight is game night. And I was thinking, why don't we make some foods that have some African flavor to it and still have that game night appeal? So I've decided we're going to make some pizza that has some African flavors in it. We're going to make some chicken wings, some hot chicken wings with some African flavors in it, some peri-peri chicken wings. And we're going to finish that up with some plantain chips. So sit tight and let's get ready to play. The pizza I'm going to be making, it's a suya pizza. Suya is a popular street food in West Africa. Basically, it's just some beef or some steak that is toasted or roasted with some peanut type of flavoring on it. So I'm trying to make the suya spice right now. To make suya spice, you're going to need some peanuts. I have some peanuts here. What we need to do is blend our peanuts, take out all the oil, as much oil as possible, and then dry the peanuts up and then make our spice with it, our suya spice. So here it goes. I have about 2 cups of peanuts here, roasted peanuts, guys. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to process that until it is smooth. And what is going to happen now is that it's going to blend and then clump up and then form some type of peanut butter. What you're trying to go for is peanut butter. You can't get peanut butter more natural than this. Okay, it's coming together. You're going to do it until everything is, see, it's now all smooth and it's now peanut butter. What we're going to do right now is take out that wonderful peanut butter, okay, and we're going to put that into some kind of paper towel or something. And we're going to squeeze out as much oil as possible. Now, in West Africa, they have a dish that they use blended peanuts like this, or peanut butter for, and it's called kuli kuli. Kuli kuli is also a very popular street food that is also used in, or really eaten in West Africa, done by a segment of people called the Hausas. They basically get peanuts like this and squeeze all the oil out of it, fry it, then squeeze out extra oil out of it and then add some spices in there and it comes out tasting really, really good. Okay? Trying to squeeze out as much oil as possible. You're going to press down on that several times. See? Your napkins are going to get, like, of course, oily because they're absorbing all that excess oil. I think I've done as much damage as I can possibly do with this. So what I'm going to do now, place that in a pan. I have like a stone type of earthenware here. I'm basically opening that up, spreading out my peanut butter, and I will put this in the oven, 350, for about, let's say, 5 to 10 minutes. Now, what I'm trying to do is just toast this and just, to try and get it to become a little bit more powdery. So keep watching it. You do not want to burn your peanuts. Once it starts to turn color, like if it starts to turn really, really dark brown, pull it out. It's ready to come out, okay? When it comes out, it's not going to be totally dry, but by the time it cools off, then it will dry out. Okay, so here it goes. It's going to look like that. We're going to put it in our oven. I have my oven preheated at 350. I'm going to leave it there for about 10 minutes. It's been about 15 minutes. Time to get that peanuts out of there. We're going to let this, here it is, and we're going to let this cool. Now I'm using some stoneware, and stoneware has in it some, an ability to hold on to heat, and then it's going to cook on itself and keep drying out my peanuts. So I'm just going to let that dry over there. In the meantime, I have some peanuts that I can maybe use for the suya spice. To make my suya spice, I'm going to need 3 tablespoons full of my peanut, my roasted dry peanut. So I like to do this ahead of time, especially when it comes to my suya spices. I love to pre-make my peanuts because I know that takes some time. So Usually you need to see my fridge is full and my pantry is full of peanuts, not only peanuts, but of spice mixes and all that. So I have 3 tablespoons full of peanuts, of dried peanuts. Along with that, I'm going to add 1 teaspoonful of cayenne pepper to add some heat to that. Remember, this is Suya spice. It is a West African spice mix, typically used to roast meat. Along with that, I'm going to add 1 teaspoonful of paprika. Also a smoky heat type base there. We're going to have half a teaspoonful of ground ginger. We'll also place half a teaspoonful of garlic powder. Half a teaspoonful of salt. And last but certainly not least, half a teaspoonful of some onion powder. We're going to put this in our spice grinder and we will grind. Good, we're done. It's time for us to start working on our suya now. We have some bite-sized beef. I've already cut this into bite sizes, about a pound or so of that. And we're going to place our spice mix in there, everything. Go, and then we're going to go ahead and mix this. Try to get all that spice mix all around the beef. Basically knead that in there. Okay, and I'm going to add a little bit more oil to this because I'm about to skewer my meat. So, nice and mixed in. It's time to skewer. And I like to use metal skewers with this. It cooks the meat faster for me. You know, it's, of course, metal conducts heat. And as such, anytime there's heat through there, it conducts through there and it cooks it. So metal skewers work for me. But if you're using wooden skewers, make sure you have soaked your skewers in some water for a few minutes before you start using them. And there we go. A little bit more spice I can put on there. And we're going to bake that in the oven at 350 for about 45 minutes. You want to bake it until it's nice and golden brown. About 35 to 45 minutes will do the trick. So I already have a preheated oven. We have it at 350. Remember, 35 to 45 minutes, guys. Welcome back, guys. We're going to start working on the sauce for our pizza. And I have here, two plum tomatoes, half a red onion, and some red bell peppers. We're going to blend this until it's smooth. Now it's nice and blended through. It's time for us to get items that we're going to need for our sauce. Now, to add that African type zing to it, I'm going to be making this with a peanut butter base type of sauce. I know you think peanut butter and pizza? How will that taste? Believe me, pretty good. We don't have the whole thing made of peanut butter. Just the sauce will have a hint of peanut butter by the time all is said and done. I'm going to get 2 tablespoons of natural peanut butter. Natural peanut butter will be the type of one that we did earlier when we were making our suya spice, the base for our spice. So I have 2 tablespoons full of that. We don't want to overpower the meal at all. So We just want just enough for you to get a little bit of a taste. We're going to put a little water in there and then try and make like a little slush of it. So while we're mixing this, I'm just going to go ahead and place, and I have some oil heating up here for about 5 minutes on medium heat. And be careful, guys, you don't want any splatter. So watch yourselves. I'm going to have this on medium heat. And that's going to be cooking while I'm mixing up my peanut butter paste. All right, we're making a little slushy of our peanut butter. It should come looking like something like that. And then we're going to put this in our tomato mix. Along with that, a couple of things. Some bouillon base, teaspoonful of salt, and some hot pepper, about a teaspoonful or so of that. That should do it. Gonna mix this up, and we're gonna let this simmer for about 20 minutes until the oil comes to the top. And I'll check on my suya. It is ready to come out. There you have it, folks. Suya, Nigerian suya. I'm gonna let this cool, and then we're gonna start frying our chicken wings. And when we come back, pizza time. Don't go anywhere, we'll be right back. Suya is ready. So what I'm gonna do is slice this and get this ready for our topping for our pizza. Also ready is our sauce. So what I'm gonna do is cut up into little pieces, cut up our suya into little tiny pieces so to make a nice topping for our pizza. Okay. Then we're gonna check on our chicken to make sure it's nice and cooked. Look at that. Looks really good. It's nice and brown. Looks really, really pretty. I'm gonna let it cook it for about a minute or so more. But while I'm waiting for that to finish cooking, I'm gonna start working on my pizza. I already have my sauce that I was working on. It's cooked. Now it's time for us to place that. We're gonna place that in the middle and then just in a circular motion, go around. And this is something that's so much fun to eat and to make. I really, really enjoy this pizza. Now I'm gonna add some mozzarella cheese to it. I mean, what is pizza without the cheese? I'm gonna spread that all around. I have some mozzarella cheese here for that. Okay. Good. Check on our chicken. It's ready. Look at how beautiful that looks. Incredible. Dry that up. Also, I have some caramelized onions. So I'm going to place that on here. I caramelized this with a little brown sugar, and I did it in peanut oil. Now I have, it's time for my topping. My suya topping. We are done. It's time for the oven. I'm gonna bake this until everything looks really, really good, about 10, 15 minutes. And once the cheese is melted, it's really gonna look good. I place it directly on my, be careful guys, don't get yourselves burnt, on the rack. I'm gonna check on it about 10, 15 minutes. Okay, we have our pizza ready. We have our plantain chips with some African sauce, African red pepper sauce, and some hummus dip. We have some pizzas, our suya pizza, and also we have our chicken wings. done in the peri-peri sauce. From my kitchen to yours, enjoy.
Àtẹ̀gúsí pẹ̀lú stockfish fún mi ní plantain àti fresh fish ṣàkì àpọ̀mọ́ àti mọ́ínmọ́ín coleslaw small sauce salad Chinese pepper snail puff puff samosa ẹ má jẹ́ ó pọ̀ jù.